All right, let's get into it. Today, we are tackling a recipe that promises to solve a pretty common kitchen dilemma. How do you make a genuinely delicious, healthy, and easy vegetable patty right from scratch? If you're kind of over the store-bought ones and really want to sneak more veggies into your meals, you're going to want to see this.
So let's be clear, we're not just talking about any veggie patty here. The goal is super specific, one that's vegan, totally grain-free, and actually simple enough that you'll want to make it again and again. It's basically designed to be the perfect solution.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You buy a veggie burger and it's either got the texture of cardboard, tastes like nothing, or you look at the ingredients and it's a novel. Or maybe you've tried to make them at home and they just fell apart. Well, this recipe is here to fix all of that.
And honestly, this recipe just checks all the boxes. It's 100% plant-based, it uses 0 grains, which means it's also naturally gluten-free. And what's really cool is how versatile it is. Think of it as a perfect starting point. But the best part? It's genuinely easy and, most importantly, delicious.
Okay, you know the drill. Any amazing dish has to start with great ingredients. So let's take a look at what you're going to need to make these happen. And don't worry, the list is wonderfully short and super flexible.
Now this is what I love. The versatility is built right in. The foundation is simple, just zucchini, carrot, and potato. But check out these swaps. If you don't have ground chia for a binder, ground flaxseed works just as well. No almond flour? Try roasted ground walnuts. And for that savory, kind of cheesy flavor, Nutritional yeast is the go-to for a vegan option. But hey, if you eat dairy, any cheese you love will be fantastic. The whole point is to make it work for you. All right, we've got our ingredients lined up. Now comes the most important stage, the prep. This is where the magic happens, turning that pile of veggies into a perfect, flavorful patty that's ready to hit the oven. So the very first thing you're going to do is grate your zucchini, carrot, and potato. Then you'll toss them with a little salt and just let them hang out for about 5 minutes. Now this isn't just for flavor. This is a crucial trick. The salt starts to pull all that extra water out of the vegetables.
So here's the entire game plan broken down. First, you salt and rest the veggies. Then comes the most critical part. You have to squeeze them dry, like really dry. Once all that water is out, you just combine those veggies with some finely chopped onion, parsley, and all your dry ingredients. And I really can't stress this enough, the source absolutely insists that this is the secret to success. You want to press and squeeze and wring those veggies out until you can't get another drop of water out of them. Why? Because water is the #1 enemy of a firm veggie patty. This single step is what stops them from getting soggy and falling apart.
Okay, once all your ingredients are in the bowl, don't just give it a quick stir. You're actually going to get your hands in there and knead it for a minute or two. This really helps the binder do its job and brings everything together into a nice, firm dough that's super easy to shape.
And your reward for that little bit of effort, a perfect batch of 10 patties. That's awesome for meal prepping for the week, or if you're having a few friends over. The dough is ready. The patties are all formed, and now it is time for that final glorious transformation in the oven. Let's talk about how to bake these things to perfection.
The baking process could not be simpler. First, get your oven preheating to a nice 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 200 Celsius. The patties go in for 30 minutes. Then, you'll pull them out, give them a careful flip, and pop them right back in for another 15 minutes. That's it, 45 minutes total.
So what are we looking for when that timer goes off? You want to see a beautiful, dark, golden brown color. That's your visual cue that they're cooked all the way through and have the perfect texture. Nice and firm on the outside, tender in the middle, and absolutely positively not soggy.
Okay, they're out of the oven. Your kitchen smells incredible. But wait, we are not quite done. There's one final step. It's optional, but trust me, you're going to want to do it. It takes these patties to a whole other level.
All right, get ready for the one tip that the source says you absolutely have to follow. This is the little secret that separates a pretty good veggie patty from an unforgettable one.
And here it is, the secret weapon. While the patties are still piping hot right out of the oven, you brush them with a little bit of high-quality extra virgin olive oil. The heat from the patty helps it just soak up all that rich, fruity flavor. It's such a simple thing, but it makes a world of difference.
And now, finally, the best part. How to eat them. Of course, you can go classic and put one on a burger bun, but you could also crumble one over a big salad, tuck it into a sandwich, or honestly, just serve it as a simple side dish. They are just so good. So when you boil it all down, what you have here is a simple, healthy, and incredibly reliable base recipe. The source really encourages you to get creative. Add any spices you love.
So that leaves the real question for you. What are you going to do with it? Maybe add some smoked paprika, chili powder, cumin? The possibilities are pretty much endless.